Alrighty, good afternoon, everyone. This is Bram for Unit 10. So actually, this week I was able to divide each of the sections from the primary source documents into the three categories of religion, identity, and rights in that very same order. So let's get started here. So for the primary source documents for the religion, education, and social welfare header, that really discusses the Protestant League in large depth, I suppose. And it really discusses more about the Protestant League after the Kulturkampf, after the cultural struggle, how it was an anti-Catholic propaganda organization. It almost serves as like the legacy of the Kulturkampf. Its manifesto in 1887, it echoed like a decade-long struggle between the Prussian state and the Catholic Church from the 1870s, following Bismarck's unification of Germany. So, the Protestant League essentially declared its fight against Ultramontanism, which was otherwise known as the Vatican's dominance over the Catholic Church in Germany. Well, the Vatican's dominance, right? Of course, these are Protestants that are saying this. They claimed to follow Jesus Christ and fight against a growing, they were in a struggle against a growing oppressive influence of Rome. And of course, they would say that they were in defense of the fatherland and the German Protestant Church. It was interesting to notice that their numbers were relatively small in 1887, just hitting about 10,000. But just a year before the Great War in 1913, they hit about 510,000 members. So they spiked. But yeah, essentially their role was to make German Catholics feel as second-class citizens, so that you can see the religious divide with Protestant League, telling the narrative. But moving on to identity, in that same set of documents, there was the legal emancipation of Jews in 1869, directly prior to the German unification in 1871. So the one man that I used in my post to sort of center Jewish rights would be, Jewish identity, in Germany, would be Martin Lovinson. How he told his accounts during the era, and it was cool to have almost like a primary source of somebody who was Jewish and German living in that very same period. And like after all these bloody wars with with Austria, with France, this guy Martin is living the German the life in Germany, where he's seeing like the big strike by German workers. He's seeing an unavoidable interruptions of credit and sales, a devastating fire that occurs after 1870. But he feels a sense of Germanness, right? Despite everything that's going on, he, as a Jewish man, is starting to feel like he could identify with the nation of Germany, and he's a proud German too. Like he's proud when Germany ends up victorious at the end of the Franco-Prussian War. So even though there was anti-Semitic Germans that are trying to like ostracize Jews and their emancipation, they want their Jewish emancipation rescinded by Bismarck. There are a lot of members that are also they're proud of their roots, right? And they're proud of their Germanness in a sense. But the last aspect that I want to talk about are the second set of primary sources with the header like politics to parties and political mobilization. So for this for these documents, they discuss like the Kulturkampf a little bit more. Especially with Bismarck, who was supported by the anti-clerical liberals. He had passed laws against the influence of Pope Pius IX on like German politics, meaning that the German state government barred Catholic influence on its Reichstag elections. They also had the Pulpit Law of 1871, They had the school inspection law of 1872 and an anti-socialist law of 1878. So in this sense, the rights of German individuals are being infringed upon if they are not Protestant, right? If they're not, or if they are Catholic, or if they are Jewish even. And this spelled a very negative legacy for Bismarck right after that period.